Welcome Raiders. This video will be my ranking of all the bands that I've personally seen live. So they won't necessarily be my favourites, I'll be ranking them on their live performances, but obviously it will have something to do with it. Starting off in alphabetical order is A Day to Remember. They were very good. Crowd surfing to them guys was awesome, and they played a lot of my favourite songs of theirs, which I can't complain about. Anyways, thought they were very good. That's all I could pretty much say for them. Lee Simmons, I can't complain. I didn't mind her watching her at Denny Ute Muster in 2019. She's got a beautiful voice. I never really liked country before going to Denny Ute Muster, but watching her along with the others that are coming up later on in the video, I thought she was good. Actually, I'm going to bump her up. She was good. I thought she was good. Now, All Time Low, I watched them in the 2018 Good Things Music Festival. They were close to best. They were probably second best on the day, but close to best that I've seen, period, out of the 38 picks that I've got here. Altria. So I watch these guys. They're a very small band from Melbourne, and I actually become friends with the singer and his sister, who's also in the band, after watching these guys, because I watched them at a private event. I thought they were really good. So they were a cover band, so I can't give them as high of a ranking as a lot of these other bands. So they were good, playing a lot of covers, but their original songs are really good. You should check them out, and I'll be leaving a link in their description to check them out. Bloody awesome. Their original songs are so good. They should be more famous than they are, 100%. Baby Metal. Now, Baby Metal is the first band that I actually crowd surfed and mosh pit to. So I remember standing outside of the crowd of Baby Metal in 2018, wondering how to get into the mosh pit. And a guy, a big ginger guy in an Elmo onesie, overheard me and my friend talking and goes, "Do you want to get to the mosh pit?" And we're like, "Yeah, we just don't know how to." He goes, "Yeah, follow me," and grabs me in a headlock and my mate by the hair and just drags us to the mosh pit. It was so fun. It was funny, but like the mosh pit itself was so fun. And then later on in the show of Baby Metal, I think it was Gimme Chocolate they were playing at the time, I was speaking to the same mate, wondering how to crowd surf, and a big Maori bloke turned around and goes, "Up." And I'm like, "What?" And he just picked me up and threw me, and I crowd surfed. So just from the experience alone, very good. Next up is Bad Religion. I also thought they were quite good. They get a little bit of extra props for playing my favourite song, Social Suicide, which is in the MX vs ATV Untamed soundtrack. So they do get a good spot. I can't put them any higher, although it was a privilege to see a band that almost started punk, like they were one of the first punk bands around. It was a privilege to see them live. Boston Manor, another one that I thought was quite good. Never heard of them before watching them in the 2018, I believe. Good Things. It might have been 2019. Off the top of my head, I can't remember. I also thought they were very good. A British band. They weren't so popular back then, but they're a little bit more popular now. And now they're in my normal rotation. Halo and Lead Feet. Two of my favourite songs from them, but I've got quite a few of their songs now. So I, again, thought they were good. Now, Bullet for My Valentine. They are my favourite that I've seen at Good Things. I've watched them twice now. I watched them in 2018 and then in last year's 2023's Good Things Music Festival. They were the best. Their stage presence, their music, like I love their music as well, but their stage presence, their mosh pit, and back in 2018 when they were performing Tears Don't Fall, the singer stopped the song, the band stopped the song like complete, and everyone was like super confused. And then he screams out, "I want to see some motherfucking walls." And me and the same mate that I was talking about earlier had no idea what the walls meant. So the mosh pit split in half and created the walls. If you know, you know. And me and my mate were standing in the middle of the mosh pit looking around like, oh shit, what do we do now? And we quickly ran out of the way. And when he started the performance again, he screamed, "Tears don't fall," and the walls just collided, and like just watching it was like mesmerizing. It was crazy. So they are my favorite band that I've seen at Good Things. Devo is up next. Devo I watched live in the 2023 Good Things as well. I can't complain. I thought they were decent. Like, I might put them up to good. Like, 50 years in the business, you can't knock them. They're still going strong. And they did play Whip It, which is the only song I knew before watching them live. But there is a couple of songs that I recognise, but I didn't actually know them properly. And then the visuals behind Are We Not Men was funny. It was I don't know what other way of putting it, but they were just funny looking, the visuals. So I thought they were good. Now Dragon, believe it or not, is the first band that I've ever seen. So they performed at my local festival in 2016, I think it was, or 2015, 2016, and like they rocked it. They did play a couple of songs from Counting Crows, such as Mr. Jones. Thought it was a little weird, but of course they played their main song, well, most famous song I should say, April Sun in Cuba. Thought they were very good. I hold a soft spot being my first band that I've ever watched live, so there's that as well, but I thought they were very good. Dropkick Murphys, another one that I didn't know before watching live in 2018. I thought they were very good as well. The Irish rock punk band, they killed it. Like the stage presence, they're all fairly older guys, and they were still jumping around stage, like getting the crowd involved. One of them actually come up to the rail, and we happened to be in the front row, and we were standing like within like 5 meters of the guitarist. I think it was like so good. Like the atmosphere that they brought as well, I thought they were very good. Now Eminem, he was unbelievable. Like playing 31 songs at his age is just astounding. He performed with Royce da 5'9". Royce da 5'9" come back out and performed Caterpillar and Fastlane. So I thought that was very good on utilizing a opening act. And when Skylar Grey come out and performed with him to take over Rihanna's parts in Love the Way You Lie and The Monster, but she also played Stan and can't think of it right now, but a lot of people said that his 2014 concert that I've spoke to was shit. I can't say the same about 2019. he was up there in the best. He takes a little bit of a drop because I wasn't able to jump up around. I'm one person that loves to be up and about. When I'm watching music, I love to be up and about, dancing and everything like that. I was stuck seated watching Eminem, so he does take a little bit of a drop, only due to that, but close to best for sure. Enter Shikari. I actually did not like their music, but I can't complain with their atmosphere. I actually really enjoyed their live set. Still, again, not a big fan of their music, but the singer actually getting up and getting into the inside the crowd, like he walked through the crowd, was singing with people, crowd surfed a little bit. His atmosphere that he brought gives them a big jump. Like, I again don't really like their music, but I thought they were live. They were very good, but they do take a drop because I don't like their music. So I can't complain. I watched them in 2013 Good Things. I missed them in the 2018 Good Things. Eskimo Joe, again, watched them last year in the 2018 Good Things. I thought they were quite good. I never really listened to them, to their music beforehand, before watching them. Black Fingernails, Red Wine, I think everyone knows that song, especially in Australia. It sat on the charts for ages when it first came out. They played a lot of their most iconic songs. Like, I recognized a couple more, but I don't actively listen to them. But since watching them, I do now actively listen to them. So I thought they were quite good. They sit in the good. Now, Evanescence. I loved Evanescence. They are my top band that I've seen live. I love their music. Like, they've always been one of my favorite bands anyways. But watching Amy Lee perform live was just mesmerizing. It gave me goosebumps, literally. I don't know. I can't even fathom words on how good. You had to be there. You have to watch her live. If there's one band on this list that I would suggest watching live, it will be Evanescence. She's absolute gorgeous. Her voice is absolute beautiful. So, they are my favourite band that I've seen live. Fall Out Boy's next. Although I'm 50-50 with their music, I've never been a huge fan, but I don't turn it off if it's on, if you know what I mean. I thought they were quite good. I'd say very good, only because 50% of the songs that I listened to, I had no idea, and the other 50% I really liked. So when the other songs come on, I was a little bit awkward, because I couldn't sing them or anything like that, because I didn't know them, but everyone else around me was singing them, so it was a little bit awkward. They were, again, 23 Good Things Music Festival, the headlining band. So, if you like Fall Out Boy, I highly recommend watching them. They had a really good stage presence. Their background was all, like, depending on the songs was different, and what happened was different. And then the guitarist pulling the magic trick on the piano was crazy. He disappeared off the piano. Magic. I can't explain why. But yeah, they were very good. So if you like Fall Out Boy, another one that I'd recommend watching. Hilltop Hoods. Hilltop Hoods, they toured with Eminem in 2019. Another one. I've got a lot of very good and good, but I can't not say they were very good. They were very good. Cosby Sweater, Nosebleed Section, 1955. they played all their best songs plus a little bit more. They played, what, 12 songs, if I remember correctly, or something like that. They were very good. I really enjoyed them. They had a very good stage presence as well, but being not close to the stage where I was sitting, as I said earlier with Eminem, I couldn't get up and with them. So yeah, but very good. I Prevail. Now, I was a little bit disappointed in I Prevail because they didn't play any of my favourite songs except for Hurricane. So they're a little bit heavier than I like usually. Their other stuff. They've got a lot of not so heavy stuff that I really like, but only Hurricane they played. So I was a little bit disappointed in them. If you like their other stuff as well, go check them out. They were good. But for me personally, they could have been better because they could have played their better songs. But don't knock them. They were still quite good. Now, Ice Nine Kills. Ice Nine, I am spewing. I didn't get to watch more of their songs. I only got to see like 2.5 or 3 songs of theirs, which A Grave Mistake was the last song they performed, and I'm so glad now that I watched it live, and now it's one of my favourite songs of all time. I love Ice Nine now. Never heard of him before watching him, but I'll explain why I didn't get to see them a little bit later. So, it is a little bit of an unfair ranking. I have to put them at good, only because I saw 3 songs. And I can guarantee, if I saw their whole set, they would have been at the best, or at least close to best. They were so good, but I have to knock them because I didn't get to see them properly. So I'll explain why later on in the video, just stay tuned. John Williamson's next. John Williamson I watched in the 2019 Denny Ute Muster, and when he performed Waltzing Matilda and the whole crowd singing along, and same with True Blue, the whole crowd singing along was just astounding. John Williamson was the only country music artist that I listened to before actually going to Denny, because I grew up with him, listening to him with my grandfather and my dad, especially True Blue and Waltzing Matilda, but now a lot of his other songs as well. It was so good. He was, I'm going to have to say close to best, because there was 2 a little bit better than him on the day, and the next is Lee Kernaghan, who was just a little bit better than John Williamson on the day. Him performing his songs with the heart, he put his heart on the line. When he performed Flying with the King and Missing Slim, I can't remember which one it was that he was singing. He played them both, but I can't remember which one it was when he dropped down to one knee and he was crying. And you felt it in your soul, like I felt it in my soul. Like, Slim Dusty, he left a mark on Australia, and he was Lee Kernaghan's kind of like a mentor, and him performing those songs with the heart that he did, it was yeah, I don't know what else to say, but it was just astounding. Like, it was soul wrenching and heart wrenching. I loved it. His performance was close to best. Again, there was one more better than him. I'll get to him later. Lee Kernaghan is now my favourite country artist as well because of it. But there is one performance just a little bit better than him. Now, Limp Bizkit. Limp Bizkit performed in 2023's Good Things again. They were the second headlining band. They were so good. Like, They were the best. I'm just gonna say it now. They were the best on the day. They were one of my favourites that I've seen now. I've always liked them, but Fred Durst. A lot of people hate Fred Durst. I think he's like a really good guy. He's a really nice person. Like there's a girl that had a seizure while he was performing Faith, which is George Michael's cover, and he stopped the whole song. The girl was just in front of the stage when they pulled her over. The security pulled her over, and he stayed with her, made sure she was alright, like stopped the whole concert for like 5-10 minutes just to make sure this girl was alright. And he also wanted a update when they took her away. He personally asked for an update. I'm spewing that he didn't get an update while and tell us, because I don't know how the girl is. I hope she's alright. But Fred Durst doing that, it was heartwarming. And another thing with Limp Bizkit, they were funny. They weren't just all about the music, they were funny. Like DJ Lethal, I didn't know this beforehand, but apparently he is, or was a member of an old rap group. I can't think of off the top of my head. When I'm editing, I'll put it here. But he performed a couple of their songs. He started playing that song, and then Fred Durst goes, no, wait, that's wrong band. And like they played a couple of songs like that, and then they're like, oh, no, you're not here to see them, you're here to see us. It was funny. Like a lot of his stuff was funny. So they were the best. They were my third favourite that I've seen, period, but they were the best on the day. Now, Pennywise, I can't complain about. I can. You know, I can complain about it, and I'll explain why. So I'm going to put them at could have been better. So I'm spewing that they didn't play my favourite song of theirs, which is Disconnect, which is also on the MX vs. ATV Untamed soundtrack. But when they were performing, they finished the song and started singing this song called Kill All White Men. And I'm going to have a little rant here, but they're white. And they're singing Kill All White Men. What? Like, it's just confusing. Like, imagine if it was Kill All Black Men. Or Kill All Asian Men. Like, you may rip into me in the comments, I don't give a shit, but it is the same. It's stupid. You don't say that. Rip into me in the comments, I don't give a shit. Share, try and get me cancelled, I don't care. But it's racist. But at the same time, they're white, so I don't understand why they sang it. It's stupid. Now, Poppy's my first band that I'm going to put at not good. And it's simply only because I don't like her music, and she gives me the creeps. If you like Poppy, she might have been a bit better. But she gives me the creeps. And I don't like her at all. We watched her, she was the opening band for 2019. And, yeah, I don't know. She gives me the creeps, that's all I can say she does. PVRIS. I never heard of them beforehand. I thought they were actually good. Like, the singer, she had a very nice voice. She kind of reminded me a little bit of Lizzie Hale of Hailstorm. A little bit. Sort of a different genre, kinda. I thought they were quite good for someone that I've never seen live. Never heard their music. I have now looked up them, and I do listen to a couple of their songs now that I've watched them, but beforehand, yeah, never heard of them. So, yeah, I thought they were good. Now, Real Big Fish, this is the reason that they're the reason that I didn't watch Ice Nine Kills. and it might be unfair, but they were not good. My friend, the same friend that I was talking about earlier, he hyped up Real Big Fish so much. So we stayed to watch them instead of going to watch Ice Nine Kills. And I was absolutely disappointed, especially after going and watching the last 2 or 3 songs of Ice Nine. So they get a lot, like I'm taking a lot of points from them because of not being able to watch Ice Nine. So they get not good. If there was a lower one, I'd probably put lower. Royster 5'9". Royster 5'9", again, another one. Thought he was good. Like the other half of Bad Meets Evil, Eminem being the other half, I actually quite enjoyed his set. I only watched half his set because I got a little bit late concert. And he gets a bit more points when he come out and performed Fastlane and Caterpillar with Eminem. So because he done that, he gets a little bit more of a bump. I probably would have put him at Can't Complain before he come out. So because he come out, he gets a little bit more. Simple Plan. Now Simple Plan is one of my favourite bands and one of my favourite bands that I've seen live. They were close to the best, honestly. I love them. Like, they're one of my top 10 favourite bands of all time anyways. So watching them live was just a dream come true, especially because I got to meet them as well. So I went and actually met them. I got my t-shirt, like my top signed. I was a little bit starstruck. I talk quite a bit, and like everyone knows it, but I got tongue-tied. I was a bit starstruck, and I didn't really talk to him. It was a little bit embarrassing, but so be it. So, yeah, close to best, definitely. I can't put them on the best because I'm going to save it for these 3 and one more. I'll explain why that one more as well. So, close to best for sure. Now, slowly, I heard of them, but never really listened to them, never really heard any of their music before watching them in 2023. So they were actually at Good Things in 2018, but I didn't see them because they were on the other stage with Enter Shikari actually. But their stage presence, out of all of the people here, they had one of the best stage presence ever. And now, my brother is obsessed with them, my wife is obsessed with them, and my housemate is also obsessed with them. So I hear their music all the time. Daisy Chains was my favourite that they performed. Race Car Blues and Jellyfish were 2 of my other favourites, but before knowing them, if I had known them while watching them, they would be close to best. Because I didn't know them beforehand, and I couldn't... Nah, they probably would have been best, but like because I didn't know them and I couldn't sing along with them, they get close to best. The stage presence was awesome, and he actually crowd surfed. The singer crowd surfed, which was sick. Like, you don't see that very often. Same with Enter Shikari earlier, as I said, but I don't like their music. I actually really enjoyed Slowly's music. Stone Sour. I'm also I'm counting. I watched Stone Sour and then I watched Corey Taylor by himself, but I'm gonna rank them together here. If I watch Slipknot, I'll rank them separately, obviously. I thought they were very good. When they played Bother, especially, the whole crowd was just in awe. So they were very good. Now, Sunny Cowgirls. Sunny Cowgirls, they're the ones that I've saved for the best. I never heard of them before watching them in 2019 Denny Ute Muster. If you like country, even if you don't like country, watch Sunny Cowgirls if you get the opportunity. They was so good. They're the main reason I got into country. Again, with Lee Kernaghan as well, and one other person who gets mentioned later on. Sunny Cowgirls was just their stage presence. They got the crowd involved with everything they did. They when they played Straight Arm Drinking, they actually got people up to do Straight Arm Drinking. If you don't know what it is, look up the song. It explains it. Raining Pineapples was really good. Green and Gold was really good. I've Been Everywhere. Like, I've heard I've Been Everywhere, obviously, like the older ones, but they've got their own version. And I've been to a lot of the places that they've been, so I'm eventually, like in the future, going to get the list of where they've been and then cross it off. Just for my own amusement. But yeah, they were the best. If you get an opportunity to watch them live, watch them live. Trust me. Now, the Beautiful Monument. Another one that I'm going to put them at could have been better due to the second half of the performance. The first half of the performance was shaky. Her voice was absolute broken. You couldn't really hear her voice over the music. The music was too loud. So I was I didn't like them pretty much at all. The second half of the concert wasn't too bad. Like, they were with Evanescence 2023. So you got to give them a little bit of props being able to open for Evanescence. So you got to give them a little bit of props, but her voice was just broken, shaky, and you couldn't hear it very well. As I said, the second half of the concert wasn't too bad for them, but they could have been better. The Offspring. Literally the reason we went to 2018's Good Things Music Festival, and they did not disappoint. They performed the whole Smash album, which is their best album, plus another 4 or 5, maybe 6 songs. Pre-Fly for a White Guy, You're Gonna Go Far, Kid. They were definitely close to best. They didn't have as good of a stage presence as a lot of the others, but the nostalgia of them performing, like, I stopped kind of listening to them. I grew up with them. My dad loves them. But I kind of stopped listening to them before watching them. And then when I found out they were coming, I started listening to them again. So it was very good. Like, I thoroughly enjoyed it. Now, The Used I can't complain about. I thought they were okay. I don't like their music, so I'm judging them a little bit harshly because I don't like their music. The only one that I do like is The Ripper, which is in the MX vs. ATV Untamed soundtrack. So I was a little bit disappointed when they didn't play it, because it's the only one I liked. But I can't complain about their performance. They were still quite good. Like, their live performance was quite good. I just don't like their music, so they get a little bit of a drop. The Veronicas, I also don't really like their music. There's only, 1 or 2 songs that I listen to, really. Forever and Hook Me Up, Untouched, and You Ruin Me. They didn't play You Ruin Me. It's a little bit of a softer song, so I don't blame them. But they did perform a heavier version of Hook Me Up. No, sorry, Untouched. It was Untouched. And that bumps them up. Moshing out to Untouched was quite good. I actually really liked it. I preferred the heavier version of it than the normal version, so I thought they were good. Tim McGrath, he was the headlining act for Denny Utemaster's Saturday. So Lee Kernaghan was Friday. He was the Saturday. He was not as good as the others. Still very good. Like, I still really liked him. There is other Denny Utemaster people. I just don't remember their acts, or I didn't watch them. But yeah. So I thought he was very good. I feel a little bit like he's one-toned, one-dimensional a little bit. Like, a lot of his songs are kind of the same. And a lot of his best songs aren't with other people, and he didn't perform any of them because he didn't have another person. So I was a little bit disappointed in that sense, but he is very powerful with his voice. His voice is very powerful. So I did think he was very good. Now, Trivium, again, another one I never heard of until actually just before I watched them live. I put on a couple of their songs just to get in the mood to watch them. So I, again, thought they were good. Like, I can't complain. They did perform Heart for Your Hate and Until the World Goes Cold. Until the World Goes Cold is my top 30-40 favourites. So it was very good, that song. The other songs were still good. Like, I can't complain. So they just get good. And last but not least, Violent Soho. I definitely watched them. I know I did. In 2019. I just don't remember their act at all. I even put on songs before recording this to try and remember their songs. Nope. I don't remember them. So either the performance just wasn't memorable, I don't remember them for some other reason, I don't know, or I didn't watch them, but I'm 99% sure I watched them. So I can't actually judge them properly, so I'm going to put them... Oh, I can't complain. I was going to leave them out here, but because I accidentally dropped it in the tier list, I have to think. So I can't complain, but I don't remember them. So that's my personal opinion on each of the bands that I've watched live. If you like this content, please like and share, and subscribe for other content as well. So thank you.